Just enjoy and listen to, and have a fun of it.
Hello, and welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm the friend who loves digging into the data to find those surprising facts.
And I'm here to help connect those facts, figure out what they mean for the bigger picture for the economy.
Yeah, and hey, if you want more shortcuts to understanding stuff like this, please hit that follow button and maybe give us a like. It really helps.
It does. So today, we're tackling something that's, well, completely changed how you probably shop. Vertical commerce. VC.
Right, VC. Our mission really is to understand why these platforms, you know the names, Musinsa, Ably, maybe Curly, they're not just niche anymore, are they?
Not at all. They're genuine powerhouses now in the consumer market. It's a huge shift.
So we want to understand, why this happened. Why move away from the big, traditional, do-everything shopping malls?
Exactly. How did this specialized model pop up? How did it grow so fast? And the big question now, can it actually work beyond just, say, fashion or food?
Okay, let's get our bearings first. What exactly is vertical commerce? Lay it out for us.
Okay, simply put, vertical commerce means a business focuses intensely on one specific industry or one category.
So depth over breadth.
Precisely.
Sure.
They aim to be the absolute best, the go-to in that single area. They get so dominant in their vertical, they actually earn a nickname.
Ah, the category killer.
That's the one, because they effectively kill off the competition in that specific category.
Right. Okay, so let's dive into part one then. How did these category killers emerge?
Well, the absolute core idea is specialization. Think about horizontal commerce first. That's your traditional big mall, online or offline, selling everything, right? Socks, TVs, groceries.
Yeah, they focus on huge scale, getting things delivered fast, logistic.
Like a VC sips that. It's not about having everything. It's about having the best stuff, the most curated selection in one narrow field. Deep knowledge, curation, that's the game.
We saw a good example comparing like a general office supply store that's horizontal.
Right, pens, paper, staples.
Versus, say, specialized software designed only for scheduling patients in doctor's offices. That's vertical. It knows that niche inside out.
And that's the key difference.
Yeah.
VC connects buyers and sellers within that very specific niche. And it does it based on expertise and careful selection. And that builds, crucially, trust.
Okay, but why now? Why did this specialization thing explode recently? We found, what, 3 main drivers?
Yep, 3 key drivers.
Yeah.
And the first one, it's all about the customer. It's about you, the consumer, and how tastes have shifted.
Particularly the MZ generation, right?
Yeah.
Millennials and Gen Z.
Exactly. They're not just looking for the cheapest price anymore or even the biggest selection necessarily. They care much more about whether a product or the platform selling it fits their unique tastes, their lifestyle, their values.
They want curation. They want trust, stuff that feels like it's for them.
Precisely. They demand products that reflect their identity.
Okay, driver number 2. This one's more structural.
DTC.
Right, DTC stands for direct to consumer. So the brands, the manufacturers, they sell straight to us, the end customer, skipping the wholesaler, skipping the traditional retailer.
And this is where the money engine really kicks in. DTC gives brands total control over how they sell, cuts down supply chain risks, but the big one, margins.
Yeah, the profit margins. How much difference does it make?
It can be huge.
Oh.
One source we saw mentioned brands improving their margins by up to, wait for it, 8 percentage points just by controlling their own distribution.
Wow, 8 points. In retail, that's massive.
Yeah.
Why is controlling that margin so critical for VC?
Because these vertical platforms become these perfect high-trust meeting places. They connect those focused DTC brands directly with their ideal audience. Less waste, more profit per sale.
So the VC platform isn't just a shop. It's like an optimized channel for these high-margin DTC brands.
You got it. They're distribution partners, but partners that enable and benefit from those higher margins.
Which brings us neatly to driver number 3, tech.
Yeah.
Specifically, AI.
Ah, yes, the algorithms. AI-powered hyper-personalization. It's not just guessing what you might like based on broad trends.
No, it's analyzing your specific behavior, what you click on, what you look at, what you buy to show you the right thing at the right time.
And think about it. Because the platform is already specialized, the AI's job is actually easier in a way. It only needs to learn your preferences within, say, fashion or fresh food.
Right, not across everything imaginable.
Which means it gets really good really fast at showing you relevant stuff.
Yeah.
This drastically lowers your search cost.
Yeah.
You don't have to wade through tons of irrelevant items.
Makes his shopping feel smoother, more immersive maybe.
Exactly. More immersion, less friction, higher chance you'll actually buy something. maximize that conversion rate.
So you've got this powerful mix, curated taste, high-margin DTC brands, and super smart AI. It feels like VC is evolving beyond just killing a category.
Absolutely. That was maybe the first phase, category killer. But now, with more competition, it's shifting towards becoming something more like taste-based distribution.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means the platform uses the trust and curation skill it built in one area. Let's stick with fashion to gently lead you into related areas. Beauty, maybe home goods, lifestyle stuff.
They become a taste gateway.
Perfect term. A taste gateway. The underlying message is, hey, you trusted our fashion picks. Well, we picked this lipstick or this cool lamp with the same expert eye.
But isn't there a risk there? If they expand too much, don't they just become another general mall and lose that special vibe, dilute the brand?
That is the strategic tightrope they have to walk. And the way they try to manage it is by transferring that core value proposition, trust.
If we chose it, it's good.
Essentially, yes.
Yes.
Which actually leads us perfectly into part 2. We need to look at the companies who are really nailing this strategy, the big players.
Okay, after a quick pause, we'll dive into the case studies, the giants.
Good evening, and welcome to the Story radio station, where we explore tales from around the world.
The VC in fashion and beyond, and how they're fighting to survive. Signal for the 10-second pause.
All right, we're back. Just to quickly recap part 1. Vertical commerce is all about specialization, driven by changing consumer tastes, the rise of direct-to-consumer brands, and smart AI personalization.
Right. And now these platforms are evolving from category killers into taste gateways, trying to leverage trust to expand. So let's look at the success stories, starting with fashion, where this model really took hold. Musinsa comes to mind immediately.
Oh, absolutely. Musinsa is kind of the textbook case for building loyalty through content and community. They didn't just build a shop, they built a style portal.
Yeah, that portal idea is key. It creates this lock-in. People come for the content, like the Musinsa crew street-style photos, the community discussions.
And then they shop. But you mentioned their secret sauce earlier.
Yeah, their PB strategy. Private brands, like Musinsa Standard.
Crucial. PB does 2 big things. Secures those vital distribution margins we talked about and builds a really strong brand identity linked to quality and style that you can only get there.
And they don't stop at clothes. They're stretching that Musinsa taste to maximize customer lifetime value, LTV.
Right. They've got Musinsa Beauty, Musinsa Use for authenticated secondhand stuff, even lifestyle and furniture with Collective. It's all about keeping that customer engaged across different parts of their life.
Okay. Then there's Ably, the AI wizards.
Yeah, Ably really leaned into the tech side. Their big move was using AI recommenders that focus heavily on your individual taste, not just showing you what's popular overall.
And they really captured the Z generation market with that, didn't they?
Over half their users, yeah. And their expansion strategy is super interesting, very aggressively horizontal, but built on that initial fashion trust.
They jumped into beauty with a private brand too, right?
They did. And then, bam, digital goods, food, lifestyle products. By 2022, their non-fashion categories saw revenue growth double compared to fashion. They moved fast.
The thing I found really fascinating, though, was their move into stuff that seems totally unrelated to shopping, like launching Adamu, a webtoon and web novel service. What's that about?
It's clever. It's all about increasing app entry intent and boosting MAU monthly active users.
So get people into the app for any reason, even if it's not to shop initially.
Exactly. If they're already in the app reading a webtoon, they're much more likely to browse the shopping sections later. It's platform defense fighting for eyeballs and time spent in-app, not just the final purchase. Keeps MAU high, which looks great to investors too. Ably grew MAU by 8 million this way.
Wow, 8 million MAU growth, partly through things like webtoons. Okay, so fashion's covered, app time is covered. Can this VC model really work for other types of products?
Definitely. The key seems to be targeting what we call high-involvement goods.
High involvement, meaning?
Things you really think hard about before buying. Stuff where quality, safety, or maybe authenticity are super important. You worry about making the wrong choice.
Like fresh food. Or maybe furniture. Luxury items.
Exactly. The higher the perceived risk in buying, the more you value the curation and trust that a good VC platform offers.
Curly or Market Curly is a prime example for food, isn't it?
Absolutely. They built incredible loyalty in fresh food, which is definitely high involved in. How? Strict quality control, vetting their suppliers, and their famous Sate-by-L delivery.
Ah, the Dawn delivery service. Super convenient.
Right. And once they had that rock-solid trust in food quality, they did something brilliant. They transplanted that trust.
Into beauty.
Yep. Launched Beauty Curly,
Yeah.
focusing on premium, department store brands, direct imports. They basically said, you trust our taste in avocados. Trust our taste in skincare. And it worked. Proves trust is transferable.
Another great example is O House, or Today's House. Started with interior design inspiration, right? Content and community.
Yeah, showing you beautiful homes, letting you buy the items in the photos. But now they're integrating vertically into related services, also high involvement.
Like moving services, home repair.
Exactly, things that can be stressful, where you really want a reliable provider. Their goal seems to be becoming a lifestyle super app. One place to manage everything related to your home.
Okay, so these VC giants seem unstoppable, but there must be threats, right? Competition.
Oh, a huge one is looming. C-commerce.
Meaning Chinese e-commerce platforms, like
Okay.
AliExpress, Temu.
Precisely. They're expanding aggressively into fashion, lifestyle.
Yeah.
Basically competing on sheer price.
Yeah.
And that's a direct threat to the local VC players.
So how do the domestic platforms fight back against just being undercut on price?
Two main tactics we're seeing. One, diversify categories, just like Ably did, to keep users engaged and find new revenue streams. Keep that MAU count high.
And two?
Double down on what C-commerce can't easily copy, PB and DTC control.
Ah, the private brands again. Why is that such a strong defense?
Because PB is both profit and protection. It guarantees margins, yes, but it also functions like a premium DTC incubator.
Meaning they create unique quality stuff you can only get there?
Exactly. Exclusive products, quality control they manage directly. C-commerce struggles to replicate that instantly. It builds a moat against a pure price war.
And presumably investors are paying close attention to all this. What are they looking for now? It's not just about how much stuff is sold anymore, is it?
Not anymore. The metric has really shifted. Gross merchandise volume, GMV, that sheer transaction value, it's less important now.
So what matters?
Actual profitability, obviously. High customer lifetime value, LTV, showing customers stick around and keep spending. And critically, the PB sales ratio, how much of their revenue comes from their own brands.
But they still face that core dilemma we talked about. Expand too much, you lose your special identity.
It's the structural tightrope. Specialization is their strength, but it limits growth. Horizontal expansion risks dilution. Success really hangs on how well they can transfer that core curation expertise into new areas without messing up the original magic.
And the big guys, the original horizontal players, they're not just sitting back, are they?
No way. They're doing what's called reverse entry. Big platforms like Coupang or Ladeon are now borrowing VC tactics for high merchant categories.
Like luxury goods.
Exactly. Coupang launched a Luxe. Ladeon has its luxury showrooms. They're emphasizing authenticity, reliability, basically trying to steal that core VC value proposition of trust to grab a piece of that lucrative specialized market.
So looking ahead, what does the future look like for the most successful VCs?
The vision seems to be evolving into mini super apps.
Okay, break that down. What makes a mini super app?
3 core components, probably. 1, highly personalized AI that really understands the user within its chosen verticals. 2, strong control through private brands and exclusive DTC partnerships. And 3, compelling content and community features.
To maximize that app entry intent you mentioned. Get people opening the app even when they're not planning to buy immediately.
Precisely. Keep them engaged, build the habit, become indispensable for that particular lifestyle niche.
Okay, that brings us towards the end. If you had to boil down the success of vertical commerce to one thing, what would it be?
I think it's that they figured out they're not just selling products or even low prices. They're selling trust and taste. They position themselves as the expert curators, and we, the consumers, pay for their reliable choices in a sea of overwhelming options.
That's a great takeaway. Selling trust and taste. So here's a final thought for you, our listener, to consider. If VC thrives on specialization and trust in these high-involvement areas, where else in your life do you feel you need that kind of expert recommendation?
Yeah, think about it. Maybe specialized tools for education. Or finding truly reliable pet care services. What about complex car maintenance? Which of those niches feels ready for its own mini super app?
Something to ponder.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive today. If you enjoyed figuring out how these category killers built their empires, please do give us a follow, maybe turn on notifications. That way you won't miss our next exploration.
We really appreciate you tuning in. Talk to you soon. Story Radio Station.